Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Invictus Racing League PlayStation F3 League, brought to you in partnership with Nailcode Hall, gridfinder.com, and Driver61. I'm Mark, and alongside me in the commentator room is Ellen. Ellen, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mark. It's another exciting evening after what we had last week, Mark. An absolutely fantastic race around Bahrain.
Definitely, and I'm really looking forward for tonight. And well, I think the grid will be even closer around this track, around Monza. So I'm really looking forward to that. Let's quickly see the driver standings. It's on the screen right now. The last race results, Daryl, he won the race by an absolute mile, right? He was phenomenal last week.
Yeah, he was, and him and a few of them kind of proved us wrong, didn't they? We were all thinking they were going for the one-stop strategy, and Daryl pulled out a two-stop, and we were questioning him, weren't we, halfway through the race, how he's going to get this race victory. Now he's done that, but he proved us massively wrong and stormed off into the distance. It was a superb win and a superb pole position for him as well. So overall, an absolutely perfect start to the season for Daryl.
Most definitely, and I am completely ready to get it wrong again, because I think tonight will be a one-stop again. So Daryl, prove me wrong, mate. Go for a two-stop. Well, behind Daryl, it was kind of close in the Bahrain Grand Prix. Sir Spud is in second now, and Louis P3. But that fight for P2, P3 for the final podium positions, it was crazy close.
You just couldn't call it, could you? We had an epic battle all the way down to the final corners, wasn't it? Of the race, you really didn't know. Spud was on his hard tires, hanging on, hoping he could keep those cars behind, and in the end, that battling behind him kind of helped him, didn't it? Because they were so focused on each other fighting for that P3 that Spud was managed to, in the end, comfortably hold on to second place. And you heard in the commentary box after in the interviews how delighted he was, because he did start outside the top 10. So it was a really epic race for me. If Daryl didn't get driver of the day, I would have definitely recommended Spud get it.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well, looking at the constructor standings as well, Red Bull are in the lead at the moment. Daryl, together with Louis, had a strong result. Also, the Haas team in P2 had a good race with Suspert and Azurel. I do expect something from Ferrari today. They're at their home race, and both David Forty and Emke, they were strong in the Bahrain qualifying and the start of the race, but they had some issues. So I bet they will be closer to the front, at least, this race.
You'd like to think so. I think on one lap pace, I should say, sorry, the Ferraris did look very good round Bahrain last week. So without those few mistakes, they could have been in a much stronger position going to that. But like I say, it's the home race this weekend, so they want to put a performance on for Tifosi. And as you can see there, Mark, nice clear blue skies. We were talking, weren't we, just before this was about to go underway, and we thought perhaps we might see some different weather. So far, it looks like it's going to be plain sailing for these guys in qualifying.
Yeah, it looks like perfect racing weather. Clear, like a little sun. This should be a really good and close qualifying, I think. Also good to mention, we've got some new drivers in here tonight. In the AlphaTauri, we got SMP Legendaries. He is new to the Invictus Racing League, and he will join Kotsumpis, if I pronounce it correctly, in the AlphaTauri. In the Williams, we also have a former F3 driver. It's F1 Richard. He, before he raced in the F2 League, now he will be representing the Williams team on his own. He doesn't have a teammate at the moment, but let's see what he can do. I expect big things from him as well. But let's see. Let's see what he can do. The first guys are already out on track. And hopefully we can see a good body. That's okay.
Sorry, Mark. I was just about to say we've got Stephen is the first guy out on track. He's gone out on a set of medium tyres. Looks like the majority of people are going to go onto a set of softs, so straight on it straight away. But it looks like Stephen could be just getting an eye in here, trying to get a feel for this track. Remember in Stephen last week, he also favoured that hard tyre, and unfortunately for him, just fell away towards the end of the race. Some hard tyres just didn't really help him towards the end, so he'll be hoping for a stronger end to this race this week.
Yeah, definitely. Also looking at some guys selected the mediums, and Stephen is actually out on the medium tires. So let's see, he is coming up to the Parabolica right now, and he will start his lap really soon, so let's see what he can do. I think he's the first driver out on track to set an actual lap. So let's see what he can do this lap and ride aboard with him. And I can talk you through the lap around Monza while he is heading down the straight. They can reach really impressive top speeds around here. Where is he braking? Right about the 100-meter board. He just missed the apex of the first part of the chicane. The exit's still kind of good, and he will keep it on a pretty tight line through Curva Grande. Heading up to the always tricky Della Roggia. He hit that perfectly. Good on the traction into Lesmo 1. He's clean through there, into Lesmo 2, hitting his apex, onto the DRS straight. Onto Ascari, which is, in my opinion, I think the most tricky corner around this track. It's so easy to lose the car there, so let's see how Stephen is doing that. So far so good. Well, let's see what his time will be. We will know in a couple of seconds. There he goes into Parabolica. It's got a different name right now, but I just keep calling it Parabolica because the other name is just too hard for me to pronounce. And let's see what will his time be. At 23.4 on the medium tires. What do we think of that, Adam? Do you think that's a good time on the mediums, or?
It could be. I'm just watching MK coming across the line now, the flying lap. Solid lap there, 121.4 from MK, but I think there's time to be found for MK because going out of turn 2, they were all a bit out of shape and couldn't get the traction down quickly enough, and I think there's a couple of tenths they lost through that second corner. So MK, I think, potentially can go faster. So MK setting the first banker lap of the evening. SMP, as you can see there, also on the soft tyre into 22.0. So MK in the Ferrari at the moment, sitting at the top of the pile, but there's a long, long way to go in this qualifying.
Yes, definitely. While I was just switching to Tinus, and he just spun the car, and I switched to Sir Spud, and he done exactly the same. So I'm kind of worried to change my view again now, because I'm afraid when I move to Azrael now, he will spin it. I really hope he don't. Well, he is keeping it on track. Where is he on track? Into Lesmo 1 now. He tackles that really nice. Into Lesmo 2. A bit of a late apex. I think he's losing some time there. Let's see into Ascari. What gear will he take? Put it onto 5th gear. Put it on the curbs. Looks to me like a decent lap from Azrael. Let's see where he can bring his Haas car. Michael Lutke meanwhile did a 21.1 in the McLaren. That's a good lap, professional pole. And Azrael into P3 with a 21.8.
I've just been watching David 46, the other Ferrari, and he has just done a 121.714, 3/10 of his teammate. So currently it's a Ferrari 2nd and 3rd, and David 46 will be aiming to at least get on level pegging with his teammate, or even potentially get close to Michael. But that is a stellar lap from Michael, I have to say, a 121.1. Can we potentially see somebody dipping the 120s this evening, Mark?
Yeah, I think we can. I think we can. This is just the first run. Some guys will just see it as a banker lap, taking it pretty easy. Just see where the grip is and how the tires will react on the track. And JP with a good lap. Let's put it in a P2 at the moment with a 21.4. But Michael Lutke, he looks really fast compared to the other guys. He's like 3/10 clear at the moment. But I do expect the others to come closer to his times. Especially when the last couple of guys have set the times. Daryl, our winner from the last race. Ooh, he just nearly lost his car. I just won't switch to any other driver now. I'm just too afraid.
I was just riding on board with Daryl as you flicked over, and yeah, unfortunately took too much curve there, didn't he? And he's backed out of that one. I was about to ask him, just as that happened, I was about to ask you, can we see another pole position from this man? Like, well, slight crack in his armour from last week. He's not producing at the moment, so he'll want to potentially. Will he go again? Do you reckon he'll have enough fuel to go again on this one, or do you reckon he'll just come straight to pits, put on a new set of boots, and have another crack?
I reckon he will go straight into the pits. Just get a fresh set of softs. There's plenty of time. You got 3 sets of softs to play with, and I definitely think that's the way he wants to go. But you never know. I predicted the 1-stop previous week. He did a 2-stop, so maybe he knows something I don't know. I am riding aboard with F1 Richard now in his Williams and see what he can do. He's just done the second Lesmo on his way to Ascari on the medium tires, so let's see what his timing will be. On the mediums it would be pretty impressive if he can get near the time of Legendary, I think. He's the last soft runner at the moment, I believe, with a quick time on the board. So let's see what he will do. He's coming up to the start-finish race right now, and his time will be a 23 flat. So P9 just behind O Steven with a 22.7 on the mediums as well. Kind of surprising, O Steven is still on the same set of medium tires on track.
Yeah, I noticed that, Mark, and if he doesn't improve on that and he gets inside the top 10, he's going to be starting with 4-lap old hard medium tyres. That's quite a disadvantage. Daryl Whiffen, bear in mind, has carried on and he's pushing again. Daryl Whiffen now coming through Ascari, heap load of curbs there. I thought he was a bit too much, but Daryl Whiffen pushing on. He decided he wasn't going to come into the pits. He's coming down to Paravolca now, final corner. What can Daryl Whiffen do for his first meaningful lap time of the evening? Coming straight towards the start finish line now. What can he do? Is he going to get anywhere near Michael? No. So 1:21.654 puts up into P4.
He is in P4. It's a good starting position, to be fair. And good evening to you, Kelly Lutke. Based on your name, you are a relative to Michael Lutke, I guess. So we got some fans in the chat right now. Good evening, I hope you will enjoy yourself. Let's see. Let's ride aboard with MK.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. Michael has lost it. On his second run out of the second corner, he's completely spun it, and he's very lucky he's not wiped that car out completely. He's hit the barrier, and luckily all 4 wheels are still on that McLaren. He might have, I should imagine, it took, doesn't look like he's took much front wing damage, which if he hasn't, that's really impressive, because he did whack that wall quite significantly, and Michael unfortunately won't be improving on this run.
No, meanwhile Louis retired from the qualifying. I did not see what happened to him, but I will see what MK is doing right now. He's on the start finish straight. What will his, there we go, 21 flat, professional pole. That's a really good lap from the Ferrari driver. He will be delighted with that. With the Ferrari around Monza, that's where you want to be. P1.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm just keeping an eye on David 46, and unfortunately David isn't really improving. A 10th down on his previous lap. Can he find that 10th or any more in this final corner, coming through the final corner. Now the other Ferrari will be seeing his teammate. No, he's coming straight to the pits. He's not happy with that run straight into the pits. So currently, David 46 not quite finding the pace. He's 7/10 off his teammate at the moment.
Yeah, but there's another shot. He can come back into the pits, get us a fresh set of soft tires, and he can go at it again, of course. I'm riding aboard with Tina's optional right now when he's just starting the lap. I believe he's on a fast run now through Curva Grande. He's coming up to the Variante della Roccia. It's always so hard for me to pronounce the Italian names of corners, but they sound so beautiful when pronounced right. Tinas is 2/10 up on his own time, so he's looking to get an improvement. Sector 1 was really good. Let's see how we can do Sector 2 out of second Lesmo. He's coming up to Ascari now. What will his delta time say? He is almost 4/10 quicker than his previous best, so he is looking around like the 21.4, 21.3 I think. That would be within the top 3. So let's see if he can finish his lap on the high. And he needs to make no mistakes through Parabolica, which can be really tricky. But it seems like he got through there really good. He takes the narrow line. Nope. He is heading to the pits. He was pretty fast, but I think something in Sector 3 didn't go exactly his way. That's unfortunate for him. Ezreal is 2/10 up on his own time right now. Also in the Lesmos at the moment. I'm sorry, Adam, you was just about to say something.
Yeah, it's fine. My apologies. I was just about to say I'm keeping an eye on O'Stevens. He's had enough of those medium tyres. He's coming round to say his first time on the soft tyres. He was 7/10 up, so he's definitely going to improve. It puts him just inside the top 10 into P9 with a 122.1 from O'Steven there.
Yeah, just into the top 10. I think he was hoping for something more. But maybe he can get it back into the pits. Get another set of softs and try again. He needs to speed up though. Ezreal is going to the start-finish straight now. Let's see what will his time be. He jumps to P4 with a 21.5. Times are getting closer to each other right now. It's just the top 2 guys, Emke and Michael Lutke. They are on a league on their own at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. The top 2 guys as well, Mark. It's just over 3 minutes on the clock. The top 2 guys are out for their final run now. Emke and Michael Lutke are both out. Who's going to do it, or can someone else spring a surprise? It's going to be fascinating. But for me, it's between those 2. But I certainly can't rule out Darrell Whipping either. But yeah, it's going to be fascinating next few minutes. I'm going to keep an eye on Michael because I think he'll feel aggrieved after making that spin and feel also a bit lucky that he didn't bury that car into the wall and take himself out of this qualifying session. So he'll be wanting to try and push that extra 10th and take that pole position back from Emke.
Definitely, and JP just did a 21.2, putting himself into P3. I think he's really happy with that time. It's a good time, and I think the Ferrari guys might be planning on something. No, they are not. I thought they were just riding behind each other to maybe get a cheeky little slipstream. But there was a McLaren car behind Emke, who was just going to start his final lap. Let's see, can he improve even more? Or will this 21.0 be enough to get a pole position around here? We will soon find out in 2.5 minutes. But you can never rule out. Just as you said, Alan, a guy like Darrell, he will be fast. A guy like F1 Richard, he can be really fast as well. We've seen him drive in the F2 League as well. If he gets his lap together, he's right up there.
Yeah.
Let's see how Emke is tackling. Oh, no. He made a big mistake and he is out of contention to get a faster lap. So the 21.0 will be his time.
I would watch Michael. Michael is 2/10 up right now through the first sector. He's absolutely flying, and if he nails this second sector, which looks pretty clean, he's just enabling the DRS now, heading down towards where Ascari would be, going under the bridge. Can Michael now really improve and rubber stamp it? Oh, just over a tenth now. So he's lost a bit of time through the second sector, gets that nice and clean through Ascari. Can Michael steal this from Emke after Emke making that mistake? He's just got to get it right through that final corner, and if he does, it should put him on provisional pole. Michael now coming through this final corner, looks tidy, looks neat, coming to start finish straight now. Can Michael take that pole position? Yes, he can. A 21, 3,000ths of a second mark. Wow.
That's incredibly close. That's exactly what we want to see. And Kelly in the chat, I bet you're happy with that time. It's a good lap from Michael there.
There's a big but here though, Mark. Daryl, with 50 seconds left of the clock, has just started his one last flying lap. Can Daryl ruin it all? But wow, David 46, where does that come from, Mark? A 120.9. Wow.
I did not see that one coming, but he's the first one to get it into the 20s. It's a really good lap, and let's see if it's enough. And as you said, I'm riding aboard with Daryl right now. See what he does. He's in sector 2. Seems to me like the Lesmos, it was a bit maybe too careful into the second Lesmo, but let's see what his sector time will tell us. Is he quicker than his own lap time? He's 3/10 quicker than he was before, but I don't think that's enough. That will bring him around a 21.3. That will not be enough to contend for the pole position around Monza. But there we go. Let's see, maybe he has a really good parabolica. You never know. There we go. The tight line, even over the white line, into P4 with a 21.1. So that's Daryl for P4, David 40 and P1. Tines is still on a hot lap. He got a massive slipstream here from F1 Richard, but it brings him P6 with a 21.3. You know what, Aaron? I just think we've seen our pole sitter here with a 20.9. Oh, Stephen is still on a fast lap.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'll be honest with you. I did not expect David 46 to pull that out of the bag. He's completely proven me wrong. He looked like he was the slower of the two Ferraris this evening. He looked like they had the upper hand this evening, but out of nowhere, David 46 has pulled out a mega lap. He's done, though, if you look on the screen, 2 laps on those soft tyres. Could that be crucial come the race? It'd be interesting to see. But once again, Mark, the 2 Ferraris having another stellar qualifying. Fingers crossed they can have a better race this week.
Yeah, I really hope so, because he had a really good qualifying in Bahrain as well, but their race was not too good. They don't want to be us talking about that too much, I guess. But this is it, qualifying is done. And I think David is the only driver into the 20s. He just nicked that pole. So let's see. Indeed, only driver into the 20s. In P1, the pole sitter will be David 40 in the Ferrari. Just in front of Michael Lutke in the McLaren car. Emke will also be delighted to bring the Tifosi the 3rd place as well for Ferrari. 4th is Daryl Whiffen, GP 911959 in P5. Tines in P6. Oh, Stephen is getting his McLaren car up to P7. P8 for JPH, Azrael P9, Legendary P10, Bruce Lee Harding in 11th, Richard in 12th, Saudi 13, Surspot P14, and Louis at the back of the grid didn't set a time. So I bet we can see some guys starting on the medium tires, or will we see a wet race? We don't know that.
I do know that. I was about to just tell you, Mark, I've been given the race information straight from the pit lane. We've got a dry race. So unfortunately for you, Mark, it looks cloudy, but I've been informed it will be dry throughout the whole of the race.
Well, to be fair, I like that the best. Just a dry race. Every driver who practice most in the dry, I think at least. So I'm really looking forward for that. What is your expectation for the race? Who do you think will be coming out on top of this?
Well, it's interesting because down to turn 1, you get such a the slipstream, don't you, off the start, and it goes into such a bottleneck into turn 1 and turn 2. It's very difficult. You don't want to be out breaking yourself down there. You could easily lose a front wing or take somebody out. But David 46 will be absolutely delighted to be starting on pole, even though he might end up giving a slight slipstream behind. But you'd imagine running from pole, I probably have to say David 46 is going to have to be the favourite, but I certainly cannot rule out Daryl Whiffen after last week's phenomenal drive. He was absolutely superb, and if he can get anywhere near that pace this week, he's going to definitely be pushing for that race victory. But it's too hard to tell, I'm afraid. What about yourself, Mark?
Yeah, well, I've got to say, David, he's in a Ferrari in front of the home crowd, in the pole position. He is into the groove. He will get this feeling, and I think he will get it. We are about to start the formation lap. Also, I'll keep my eye out for Louis. He's at the back of the grid, fresh tires. He will just see what happens into the tricky turn 1 and turn 2. But if he's got the same pace as he showed us around Bahrain, you never know what will going to happen.
Yeah, that's a shame, isn't it, Louis, starting at the back after such a strong performance from him last week. He'll be feeling a little frustrated starting back there, but I just want to let you know that all the guys outside the top 10 are all on a set of medium tyres. That's Bruce Lee Harding, F1 Richard, Cowley, Spud and Louis, all on a set of medium tyres, so they'll be hoping to stick with these softening guys early on and then push on into this race and make this strategy work for themselves. But like you say, someone like a Louis or even an F1 Richard we spoke about could benefit from the beginning of this race. It only takes an incident or two at the beginning to bring out a safety car, and suddenly these guys are looking pretty comfortable. As you can see on the screen, on my screen anyway, it says the predicted pit stop strategy is a one-stop, so hopefully this week, Mark, we've got that right.
Well, I better hope so. Otherwise we got it wrong the second time in a row. I really don't want that, but you never know. And maybe around Monza a safety car can occur. It's in most of the races I've seen a safety car, so let's see what the guys will do if that's the case and what will happen. I just hope for a clean start, to be fair. This start, the turn 1, it's such a tricky one to get in there with 15 drivers all at once. All wanted to be the winner, all wanted to be first. It can really be tricky, and the guys lining up right now for the start. So let's hope this will be a good one. In the Invictus Racing League PlayStation F3 League, brought to you in partnership with Nailcode Hall, Gridfinder.com and Driver61. Let's see what they can do. They're lighting up the rear tires the last couple of times just before the race will start. Let's see, everyone is already in position, I believe. And there we go. There the lights go on for 5 red lights. And the second round is underway. Let's see who has a clean start. Ooh, the Red Bull there of Daryl Whiffen has a good start, I think. Same goes for David 40. Oh, that's close. A little bit of contact there between Emke and Michael Lutke, and Lutke wins out for now. But Emke is sticking it around the outside of Curva Grande and is still there. Can he break in later? He can. And he is back into P2 with a Ferrari 1-2 at the moment. That's a really good effort from them. It's
been a pretty clean start to the race, like you were hoping for, Mark, and I was just riding on board with Azrael, and Azrael having a real ding-dong battle with JPH for 7th place here, but Stephen is fancying a bit of Azrael now, and Stephen is going around the outside of Azrael, but Azrael's not having any of it at all. They're going side by side. One of them's got to give, and Stephen has to in the end. So yeah, it's been a frantic start, but a good clean start here.
Definitely, and Daryl is closing up to the back of JP in the McLaren. through the parabolica. Let's see if he can make the slipstream work through the start-finish straight. He's only 2/10 away. And he is closing in just a little bit. No, JP is just running away. He's got a slipstream of Michael Lutke and he is going for the overtake actually. He's going to try it round the outside into turn 1, which turns into the inside, but he is not going to make it stick. Michael Lutke and then Baron still in P3.
Sorry, Mark. I'm riding on board with Towley, and he almost like all out of shape into turn 2. And you were talking about Louis. He's already up 3 places into P12, so it's a solid start for the other Red Bull guy. He's slowly starting to gain on the Mercedes with Towley in the Red Bull.
Definitely. And Stephen is in P9, but he is following pretty close. It's really close between Stephen and Legendary. Let's see what they can do. Can Stephen close up to Azrael? Because Azrael is opening up a little bit of a gap now, and you don't want that just before the DRS will start to play can be used. So let's see if Stephen is still within the DRS range on the first DRS straight. He's 9/10 behind on Azrael. He needs to find some time at this start-finish straight, otherwise he won't have the DRS.
I have to say, Mark, it's been a strong start for Tynus. Tynus now ahead of Darrell. Darrell not having the race he was probably hoping. He's now down to 6th place, lost 2 positions. Go on, sorry.
That was Tynus just overtaking GP because JP he nearly lost the car out of turn 1 and turn 2. He was too eager on the throttle and he just spins the rear tires. Therefore Tynus just overtook him. I thought for a minute there GP was out of this race, but luckily for him he kept it on track and he is still following Tynus really close now, but he saved that really well. Sorry, mate.
No. By all means, go ahead. I was just saying it's been a good start for Tynus, and he's just proven that as well. And I have to say, I wish him all the best. I hope he gets well soon. Currently suffering with COVID is Tynus, so I hope he feels better soon. And this on-track performance will be doing the world a good, I imagine, with keeping his spirits high. But just looking further ahead, Mark, and David 46 is doing a stellar job. He's already got out of the DRS of his teammate, building up a nice gap, 1.8 seconds, but his teammate Empty in 2nd place has got a handful with Michael Lutke not too far behind, 8/10 behind in 3rd.
Yeah, the Ferraris are sitting pretty comfortably now, but Michael Lutke is closing up with the DRS. So is a group of cars all the way down from GP to Azrael. They're all within a couple of tenths of each other in the DRS, but GP just is in front after the DRS on. But I expected to see some overtakes there, especially I will see some overtakes there, I think, in the next DRS straight. He has a bad exit now, just before entering the Lesmos. Oh, and someone's off, I believe.
It's Tynus. Tynus, unfortunately, after I was giving him such high praise for such a race, unfortunately, Tynus has spun it. And yeah, it looks like he does not have any damage, so unfortunately, it's just a case of trying to get those tyres back to temperature, see if he can get up to the back of the spud. Unfortunately for Tynus, that drops him to the back of the pack.
Yeah, I think he lost it in the Della Rogia, but it's really unfortunate for him. Suffering from COVID, he was doing really well. Yeah, it's unfortunate for him, and maybe he can just claw his way back. And you know, around Monza, anything can happen. Ooh, Michael Lutke there with the fastest lap time, and we will see Azrael here on the overtake on JPH in the Alpine. He gets his DRS working. And that's the move done. Already done before turn 1. Moves himself up into P6. And he will be starting to try to close down Darrell in P5 in the Red Bull car. He's only 4/10 away, so it's kind of close there.
Yeah, it is. It really is close. And I'm just just looking, Tinas has come into the pits, and unfortunately his day has gone from bad to worse for him. He's come into the pits onto a set of, let me just find out, a set of hards. So he'll be trying to see if he can go to the end of the race, and I'll be hoping for pretty much a safety car here, Tinas. But yeah, unfortunately for him, he's back out on a set of hard tyres.
Yeah, he will be hoping for a safety car to get him back into this race, basically. I thought for a moment that Michael Lutke was planning on an overtake on Emke, but he has lost some time through Ascari. He is half a second down now, but he will have to DRS, and Emke is closing in on David 40. As we just said, there was a gap of almost 2 seconds, but it's closed down to 6/10. So will we see Emke try the overtake on David 40, on his teammate? He is getting close, but not close enough this time around. But the next lap, I think he will be up there.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mark. Oh my God, Daryl and Azrael and JPH are all fighting. Daryl all out of shape. Daryl's gonna lose 2 positions here to Azrael and JPH. Azrael in the braking zone outbraked Daryl, but almost hit Daryl in the rear and had to get out of it. And somehow they've all come out of it unscathed, no problems whatsoever. And Daryl, in the space of a couple of corners, has dropped from P5 down to P7. And Azrael now will be hoping to try and build that gap to JPH, because they'll be having DRS on them. So Azrael now up 4 places from the beginning of this race into P5.
Yeah, he is looking strong. It's a strong start. So is for Louis. Louis already up to P10. He's the first of the medium runners at the moment, and he is only 4/10 behind Legendary on his soft tires. 2/10. Will he get it moved on even before the start finish straight? I think he does. Or is Legendary on the brakes? Let's see now. No. Oh yeah, he's still in front. That's some good racing.
We've got to move for the lead. Sorry, Mark. We've got to move for the lead, and Emke's got off the track. He got a 5-second penalty. Cut the first corner, braked way too late. Dived in on his teammate. Got a 5-second penalty. David 46 will you soon retake the leaders race. Surely Emke will give that position back and let the Ferrari push on. So Michael lurking in the background in P3, looking to see if he can take any advantage of these Ferraris squabbling for first place.
Yeah, he should be giving that position back, but as it stands, he is not going to. I think he is just trying to stay on track and just getting the gap maybe to 5 seconds. There's another yellow. Ooh, the Ferrari guys are side by side again.
Oh!
Emke has lost out there. Oh, no. That's unlucky for the Ferrari guys. But definitely no team orders there. And JP is going for the overtake now on Emke on the start-finish straight. Can he get it done?
Mark, are we going to have a move for the lead here? Michael now lining up David 46 down the inside. Can Michael get the move done? No, David 46 later on the brakes than Michael, but David 46 a bit slow to get the traction down. Can Michael push on? But yeah, this race has suddenly completely turned, and that squabbling between the 2 Ferraris has really cost them dear. That really should not have happened. You don't squabble with your teammates like that, and it's really hurt them now. Michael looking to take full advantage here and potentially take the lead in this race.
Yeah, definitely. And meanwhile, GP has overtook the other Ferrari in Emke, and he is into P3 now. So the Ferrari fighting each other has resulted in a P1 and a P4 right now. So that's really unlucky. But I think Emke will try to fight his way back. But let's see if he can do it. In the chat, Bornovak, thanks for watching, and how to join this league. Good you ask. Just go to the website invictusracingleague.com. All the information is there, mate. And well, let's hope we can see you on track soon.
Michael has just taken the lead into the final corner. Now, will he have DRS, Mark, here, or will this have backfired and will David have DRS? I don't know who will have the DRS here. We'll soon find out. I think yes, it is David.
It's
so
David.
Michael, I think it's gone too soon.
Yeah, I think he's got the move done a bit
And
too
here
soon.
comes David again. Yeah.
Oh, and M-Key on JP as well. Crazy stuff. But M-Key just touched the grass there, but all 4 cars are still on track. And they are doing really good.
I would like to say as well, Mark, someone who is doing really good is Louis, 675. You pointed him out at the beginning of this race. He's now up to P7. He's just overtaken O'Stephen. O'Stephen has also been overtaken by SMP Legendary. So O'Stephen falling backwards now. Maybe those tyres are going off him. But Louis looking strong at the minute, and he's gaining on his teammate Darryl Whiffen, which I don't think he expected. Darryl Whiffen in 6th place at the minute, not really going anywhere. We've got to fight for the lead again, Mark, even.
Yeah, Louis, he is already in P7. That's really good of him. He's had a really good effort in the first half of this race, and I expect to see the first pit stop really soon. The guy's done 8-9 laps now. I think the pit window opens from lap 9. So let's see, can we see any of the top guys going for the undercut and pit, but they all stayed out. But David 40 is closing in with the DRS wide open, and GP is trying to follow him. Will he make it work? I think he does. He's got the traction.
Wow.
That's a good move from both David 40 and GP. That's some really good racing, and they are in the lead and into P2. And Emke was on the grass again on the exit of turn 1 and turn 2. I think he is struggling a bit with his rear tires to get the traction he wants. But yeah, hopefully he can keep it on track. Louis on his medium tires, he is so close behind Legendary. Into the Lesmo 1, Lesmo 2 right now. 3 tenths behind him. The DRS will come into play now. So he will be closer to the back of the Alpha Tauri in front of him.
Sorry to interrupt. O'Stephen has spun it at Lesmo 2. O'Stephen has spun it at Lesmo 2 and he's hit the wall as well, unfortunately for O'Stephen. And that's dropped him back all the way to P12. I did say it looked like he was struggling, and those tyres have really gone for him now, and definitely will have to pit for a front wing as well, because he really did clatter that wall there.
Oh, that's unlucky. Something has happened to GP as well. He's in P6 and he was just overtaken by Legendary. He's going into the pits as well. I bet we will see a front wing change there. David 40, our leader, is in the pits as well. Let's see what tires he will get. He will be going for the mediums, of course. No,
I didn't see, Mark, what had happened there, because Emke's now leading and Michael's behind Emke. So did you catch what happened there? Because I was looking further back at O'Stephen, and Michael, you'd assumed when David came into the pits, Michael would have took the lead, but Emke somehow in the lead now with a penalty to his name as well. So Emke now leading the race, which is a bit strange. Did you see what happened there? I unfortunately didn't see it.
I'm afraid I didn't catch that. I was looking further up the grid as well. But yeah, Emke, he will need to serve those 5 seconds in the pit stop. So let's see where that brings him. It should be behind his own teammate. Oh, Surspot almost lost it there. He was in the gravel at the exit of the second Lesmo and he just about kept it on track. That was close for Spot into the wall. But luckily for him, his Haas is still in one piece. He lost some positions and some times, but he is still on track, and that's the main thing for him. Louis on his mediums is still behind Legendary. He is closing in half a second. Legendary tried the dummy for the pits, but Louis didn't fall for that. He is just right behind him, not using his ERS too much. He's just closing in, and he is playing the long game on these mediums. He is in a really good position. Without a safety car, of course. If there is a safety car later on in this race, it may all be different, but for now, he's in a really good position. And the Legendary will be suffering on those 11 laps old softs. I bet Louis will go past here now. Note he has a bad exit as well. That's unfortunate.
He's pretty much holding Louis up now, isn't he? And the problem what Louis got here is Towley is now actually gaining on this battle. So Louis needs to get this move done now to stop Towley gaining on this battle. So Louis, can he get this move done with DRS Legendary going defensive? And Louis not going to get the move done, is he? So unfortunately, that's a few more corners where Louis stuck behind this Alpha Tauri, and it's bringing Towley closer to the battle.
Yeah, but Towley is not yet in the DRS while Louis is really close, and he don't want the overtake done around here. He wants it on the start-finish straight, of course. And there we go. No DRS for Towley, but Louis will have the DRS, only 3/10 behind. And Legendary is saying no to that because he's not going to let him overtake. On track, he's going into the pits to get some fresh tires, and there will be the mediums, I reckon. Louis was really late on the brakes there, but he just about kept it on the grey stuff. So that's good for him. Yeah, Legendary all the way back to P12. I think that stint was a little bit too long. What do you think, Adam?
Yeah, he looked like he was struggling way too much. I think he's gone 2 laps too long on those soft tyres, and unfortunately, like you say, it's really dropped him down now, and he's 3.5 seconds behind Darrell Whiffen. But if you see there, Darrell Whiffen is gaining on JP, and JP had that instance, and JP now also seemingly struggling as well. He's just dipped a tyre in the gravel, so Darrell will be hoping to get... Oh no, that is desperately unlucky. As you can see there, Louis has just picked up a time penalty mark.
Yeah, I just seen it pop up. That's really unlucky for him. It's a 3-second time penalty for him, and he will need to make the most of these tires while they are good. And maybe he can just pull away those 3 seconds on the fresh softs at the end of the race. You don't know, the softs are really good. So let's see, maybe he can do it. But where is David 40? He's not too far behind. David 40 is not too far behind Louis. So I think David got him covered.
I'm just keeping an eye on Darrell Whiffen, and Darrell, is he going to send one down? No, he's a bit too far behind on JP, unfortunately for him, and he's still stuck behind that Mercedes going out of turn 2 now. So Darrell Whiffen feeling a bit frustrated, imagine, being stuck behind that Mercedes, because JP now dropping away from MK 2.5 seconds, and Darrell, if he wants to try and catch up with the likes of MK and Asriel ahead, he needs to get this move done pretty sharpish, because that gap is growing quite quickly. So yeah, JP sort of holding Darrell up at the minute. He'll be hoping to try and get the move done quickly.
Yes, meanwhile F1 Richards is almost pushing Bruce Lee Harding through Ascari now. He really wants to get the move done as soon as possible, because Sir Spot and David 40 are both so close behind him in his DRS. So if he doesn't do it, the other guys will definitely take the shot. With only 1/10 between F1 Richard and Bruce Lee Harding through Parabolica. With the DRS open, I'm sure there's no defending here for Bruce Lee Harding. Let's see. No, but there's Sir Spot. It's a 3 wide. And Sir Spot got them both. Oh, and there was contact. Oh, that's unlucky. I hope no one got damaged. I think Sir Spot or F1 Richard don't have any damage. But I'm not too sure about Sir Spot here. Let's see his car. It still looks one piece to me. So I think they all got away there. There was some contact in turn 1. It's so close now between Sir Spud all the way down to Michael Lutke in P7. All with 2 to 4 tenths of each other. David 40 will go for the move here. Can he get Michael Lutke here? Yes, he can. Into P6 for David 40, but he is losing it. Oh, there's contact. Oh. And Michael Lutke is out. Not of the race, but he has lost the car. So he can continue, but I bet there will be some damage on that front wing, or at least his tires. Side by side through Ascari, that's never a good idea, but they had to. He had to try it and he lost out. Will he go into the pits for a new front wing? Let's see. No, he is staying out and he is staying into the slipstream of Legendary in front of him. He's using his ERS, it's almost empty. Will he get a move done on his inside? He is pretty early on the brakes. So that is not going to stick. Legendary was braking like 50 meters later and he stayed into P11 there. But I'm sure Michael Lutke will try again.
I just want to point out as well, there's a great battle here now going on between Daryl Whiffen and JP. Daryl Whiffen on the previous lap has just picked up a 3-second time penalty, unfortunately for him. He did get the move done on JP into turn 1, was all out of shape into turn 2. JP said thank you very much and took the place back. Daryl Whiffen must be incredibly frustrated being stuck this second half of the race behind that Mercedes. He probably feels like he's quicker as Asriel now picks up the 3-second time penalty. And these time penalties are seemingly coming in quite quickly now as and there you go, there's another one. Legendary's picked it up another one as well. But yeah, Daryl all out of shape again through Ascari, so he's lost a bit of time there. But you see the front look, Mark, the front two, Louis and Towley, both into the pits.
Yeah, they're in the pits. All the medium runners basically are going into the pits now for their pit stops. And let's see, I'm riding aboard with Michael Lutke now to see if he gets the move done on Legendary. He's on the start-finish straight with the DRS wide open on the inside of the Alpha Tauri, and I'm sure he will get this done. And he got the move done. It was an easy overtake for Michael Lutke. Ooh, he was late on the brakes there, but he just about makes the corner. There were some brave moments on the braking. Daryl Whiffen, meanwhile, indeed, as she just mentioned, he is still close to JP, but he is not getting close enough for the overtake. He's still on that half second behind. He needs to find some extra to get that Mercedes car out of the way, I think. Or can he do it right here on the DRS? Let's see, he is close now. There we go. Will he do it? And he is just overtaking him into Ascari, but he is running a bit deep. So JP will have the better exit, I guess. No. I don't know exactly how, but Daryl got a really good exit through there. Into Parabolica, but JP has got the DRS now for the start-finish straight. So let's see if he can take this Red Bull on this. With the DRS, with the ERS, I'm sure. There we go. ERS open, DRS open, and he is closing in really fast. Can he get a braking right? If he does, he can get this position, but Daryl is not giving it up easy. And GP has got the move done. He just overtook Daryl for P4, and he will be trying to break this DRS now.
Oh, Michael's lost it at turn 1 again. Michael has lost it. He's off the track again, unfortunately. He's got the car going again, and this race is going from bad to worse. Sorry to cut you in there, Mark. Yeah, Michael now down to P9, unfortunately there. He just all out of shape, and luckily didn't hit the wall that time, so he should be able to carry on. I just want to quickly point out as well, Mark, that Louis is the man to watch right now. He's absolutely flying. He's just overtaken Legendary very comfortably. He's on the brand new soft tyres. He's got his teammate just shortly ahead, 9 places up from where he started. Louis is absolutely flying, and further up ahead as well, Mark, Asriel overtook Emke previous lap for second place, and Emke and Asriel having a real good battle here, and in a whole good battle for the first place as well, because David 46 is barely a second ahead of second place, and Emke not far behind, so we're looking like we could have a 3-way fight here for the race victory.
Yeah, I have a feeling Asriel and Emke might just drag each other onto David 40 because they give each other the DRS. Oh, that was late on the braking, locking up there. Emke just got a move done. But will this move stick through Curva Grande? I don't think so. No, the harsh driver is in front again. There's some good racing here. Oh, Ferrari on the inside. Late on the brakes, and he has got it done through the Della Rocchia. That's good, but Ascari will try to stay as close as possible through the Lesmos because he can get the DRS again on this straight. But Emke has the superior exit, I believe. There we go into Ascari. He's getting really close to Emke, but not close enough. So maybe on the start finish straight. And Louis, he is absolutely flying. You were right about that, Adam. He was just about 4.2 seconds away. Now he's 3.5. So he is closing in his teammate, and he will be looking for a spot on the podiums, I think.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think another guy who's doing a good race and he's just overtaken Legendary is Towley. As we see, look, Mark, again, more fights for second and third place here.
Yeah, they are again side by side into turn 1 and turn 2. And we can see exactly the same as the lap before. The Ferrari gets it done, but then Ascari get the better exit. And he will just keep the title line through the Curva Grande. And he is in front again. Well done to the house driver there. Some good racing. No contact for as far as I've seen. So that's good.
Oh! Emke's lost it. MK has lost it there, Mark. He tried to put the power down too quickly. Front wing has gone. MK, race ruined.
He just lost it again, trying to get away there. He is waiting for the cars to pass. That's his race over and done with, I'm afraid.
That's desperately unlucky. I believe it looked like they dipped a tyre in the gravel as the Haas went back in front again. It looked like he just dipped a tyre in the gravel. We've got a safety car though, Mark.
Safety car. Oh, this will change. Louis has just pitted for softs, only 2 laps. All tyres. Same for Towley, Sir Spot, F1 Richard and Bruce Lee Harding. They will be left in now. They can stay out on those softs. Only 2 laps, all tyres. And they can be in the lead.
The leader has pitted. David 46 has pitted, but Asriel hasn't. Neither has JP. So this is a gamble from David 46 here. He's going to drop him all the way back pretty much, you'd imagine. And David 46 into pits for a brand new set of soft tyres. So Asriel takes the lead of this race. Where is this going to bring David 46 at? He's tumbling down the order. Can he just get out in front of Spud? Oh, it's tight. No, he can't. So it drops him into P7. Is that a gamble you would have took, Mark? 5 laps left on the clock to put a set of brand new softs on?
Yeah, I think I would have gone for it and get the fresh tires. I didn't go for it in a previous season of the Invictus Racing League, and I was in the lead and I lost it in the penultimate lap because some other guys did use the pit stop to get the fresh tires. So I've learned from that, but maybe Asriel and JP can prove me wrong. I think for now Towley, he is in the best position to win this race. He is in P4 on 3 laps old softs. He don't have any time penalty, while the guys in front of him all do. And Michael Lutke with 8 laps old mediums is behind him. As somewhat of a cover to Sir Spot and David 40 on the fresh softs. Who do you think?
I think what you've got here is, I think David 46 could potentially get himself back up there, but he's got to get himself past Sir Spud and Michael Lutke quite quickly, because if those guys hold him up for long enough, this opportunity will be gone quite quickly. The problem you've got for the likes of Louis is, who is on in a great position behind those medium guys on that soft tyre. The problem he's got is he's got a penalty hanging over his head, and Sir Spud has picked up a 5-second penalty. Sir Spud is pitted now, which is a strange one.
Would
you have not pitted last lap?
I think he did, but he had a 5-second penalty. I think he wanted to serve the penalty, but as he was trying to do so, he picked up another one.
Oh.
So he's still got a 5-second penalty behind his name when this race will finish. So that's unfortunate for him. He tried to get that 5 seconds out of the way, but instead of doing it, he just picked up another one. And he is in last position now. That didn't work out as he was planning to, I'm afraid.
What that has done though, Mark, is that has freed up one position for David 46. We were just talking that potentially Sir Spud and Michael Lutke could hold him up. Well, he's only got Michael Lutke ahead of him. If you can get past Michael quite quickly, he's then got Towley on those soft tyres, which are a few laps old now, but he's got Towley there and Louis. So the potential is if David 46 can get ahead of Towley, then the race victory is probably his again. But it's going to be tough, I think, this, because these guys are going to be quick. Towley on those soft tyres, and Louis has been exceptional, I think, so far. I don't want to put the jinx on him. I'm going to touch wood and everything else. Louis has been absolutely exceptional to that. Barring that penalty, has been exceptional. And as we can see there, look, Mark, we've got the safety car coming in now.
Safety car coming in this lap, and Tina's just said in the chat, the safety car will make it interesting. It sure will be. Let's see who will be coming out on top. We got like 5-6 laps left. It will be a tiny sprint race here. Let's see who will be coming up on top. And let us know in the comments who you think who will come onto the podium here. Who will win this race? What are your expectations? Let us know while we are watching.
F1 Richard has hit David 46 during this safety car period and picked up a 5
Oh no.
Second penalty, unfortunate for him.
I did not see that. And meanwhile, JP has a really good restart on the 10 laps old mediums. He is already next to the Haas car of Ascari. Will he get it done round the outside of turn 1? Will his tires hold up on the braking? Whoa, he got it done. JP just took the lead of this race. What a good move there. But it's so close behind those cars. I don't even know where to look now, mate.
Louis has had an absolute nightmare of a restart there, and he's fell all the way down to 6th place behind David 46. Michael Lutke into the gravel, and that's opened the door for David 46, and now David 46 is right onto the back of Tower. So this strategy looks like at this moment it could be paying off for him, but as you can see, JP is pulling away at the front, but he still has that time penalty over there. So it looks like it could potentially mark a fight between Towley and David 46 in this race there.
Yeah, it sure does look like it, and they will be faster on the newer soft tires than Ascari and JP on those mediums.
Oh, Towley's lost it! Towley's lost it, Ascari!
Did I see it correctly? Someone else lost it there as well. I thought I've seen 2 cars that are losing it.
I only saw Towley from my point of view. I was riding on board with David 46 and Towley. It's very easy to do. You said, didn't you yourself, it's very easy to do there. And that again is just playing into the hands of David 46 now. He should close in on the front guys, but Louis is coming back at David 46 now.
Yeah, he is coming back to him, but he can't make the move right now. But he's got a couple of laps to go, of course, so let's see. It will be really close. Tina's saying in the chat, watch David, he is really fast. I do agree, mate. He's only 6 tenths away now from Ascari. You don't have any time penalties. I think he is the man to get this win now, if he stays on track. Ryan is saying GP for the win. Well, he needs to clear the gap then, because he got the time penalty. So let's see, he's got a 3-second. F1 Richard, by the way, has 5 seconds of time penalties, not 3. So that's interesting as well. Well, we got another yellow into sector 2. Not sure.
Spud. So Spud has lost the second Lesmo.
Ah, okay, that's unfortunate for Sis, but it's not his race, I'm afraid. P12 with 10 seconds of a gap. I'm afraid that's race over for him. Or something crazy must happen, of course. You can never know around Monza. But let's see, I expect to see an overtake here from the Ferrari driver of David 40, 2.5 tenths behind Ascari. Will he do it right now or wait until he got the DRS on the next DRS straight? He will play the waiting game. He tucks in behind the Haas driver to wait for the DRS, and the top 4 are opening a gap. F1 Richard don't have the DRS anymore. But with these time penalties, it's like impossible to tell who will end up on the podium positions. JPH is looking really good as well.
How would you play this, Mark? David 46 sat there now without a time penalty. The guys ahead have got time penalties. Would you push to try and get this race victory and take the position, or would you just stay behind them now? Because if you stay behind them, that's the race win anyway. You don't. How would you play it? Because me personally, I wouldn't want to try a move and potentially pick up a penalty or a wing damage. How would you play it?
I would go for the move on the DRS straight, on the start-finish straight. I would definitely go for the move because you never know what will happen. Maybe you just stuck like the tire onto the gravel and the guys behind will close up again. It's just better to have the free air and do it. And I think he is going for it right now. He is already side by side to Ascari, but David 40 has no ERS left, 2%. Well, Ascari is going for the attack on JP. Oh, he's late on the brake. That's contact between the Haas and the Merc.
Louis has crashed into the back of David 46 there. I don't know if he's picked up wing damage, but he really hit hard that Ferrari in the Red Bull. I don't know if he's got wing damage. He don't appear to be wing damage. If he hasn't, he's got away with it. But Louis really smacked that Ferrari hard into turn 2.
Oh no, that's really unfortunate. I hope for him he don't have any wing damage. Then his race doesn't have to be over. If he picks up wing damage right now with this gaps, that's race done, I'm afraid. But it looks like he can keep up, so he will try it again on David 40 now. Jaden and Levi in the chat saying they think Michael Lutke will win this race in front of Legendary and David 40 in P3. Well, Lutke needs to speed up then. He don't have any penalties though, so he is looking good, but there is a bit of a gap to the front guys. And this is the part where I will expect to see the overtakes going into the final round. I think this is the part where you really want to get the move done. There we go, the Haas, the Ascari on JP. He's got the move done. What will the Ferrari do? I don't think he has any ERS. He just don't have the pace. And Louis got it.
Oh no! JP's lost it.
JP lost it. What's happening here?
Oh, I can't believe that, Mark.
Oh no!
You just think they're in a comfortable position, and wow! First it was Towelie, now JP. That's desperately unlucky.
And you know what? Look at Steven. He is going for the podium position there. Where is he coming from?
He's not really been in this race at all, has he, Steven? And he could potentially, like you say, take a podium place here. Asriel with a second lead. He looks like he will take the checker flag mark, but it's going to be David 46 with the win.
Yeah, David just needs to keep it on the grey stuff, and the win is his, I think. So let's see if he can take it home. Louis is really close behind, but he's got the time penalty, of course. So let's see, time penalties. Richard got the 5-second time penalty, of course. That's unlucky. Daryl got 8 seconds. All the others have 3. But don't mind that. Here we go. Ascari on the start-finish straight. He will take the flag. But a really good race, but unfortunate for him. David 40 will get it on the time penalties.
Steven.
Steven into P2. He was just there when it needed to. Ascari still got P3 on those 17 laps old mediums. That's impressive. Michael Lutke into P4. Louis P5. F1 Richard is finishing P6. Bruce Lee Harding in P7. S&P Legendary in his first race in IRL will get home in P8. Got some points. Good effort there. JP P9. Daryl Whiffen will take the final points back home to Milton Keynes. JPH it just crossed the finish line in P11. And we are riding about the Sursput now through Parabolica. And it was just not his night, I'm afraid. And there we go. What a race that was. What did we see just in that ending?
Oh, what is it with these races this season, Mark? Just absolutely blown my mind with the last few laps of these races. I didn't think we would get such a close race as we did last week, and it's trumped it, I'd say. That was incredible to watch, and huge congratulations watching David 46 lift that top step podium trophy there, spraying the champagne. Ferrari at home, Mark, winning. I think the Tifosi will be delighted with that. And who would you say? It come up on the screen that Louis was the driver today. Would you agree with that, or would you go with today's race victor?
Yeah, I think David drove a really good race. He was first. He took the pole position. He didn't make any mistakes. He was into P1. He was just really good. But Louis, on the other hand, starting P15, finishing P5. That was an impressive race. Same for Ascari, starting P9 with a time penalty. And still finish on the podium in P3. Also really impressive. So I honestly don't know who to pick. Who is your driver of the day today, Adam?
It's tough. Like you say, I would give it between our race winner or Louis. Louis, unfortunately, that time penalty cost him. But there's so many good drives there. There's so much good races. Well, I feel real sorry for Towley, to be honest. He was in such a great position, wasn't he, to potentially get a podium tonight, and unfortunately losing it at Ascari. But I'm just in the process now of just trying to get our podium guys in the com box. I think we have our race victor in with us, so I don't know if you want to get it underway, Mark, and I'll try and chase up the other guys.
Yeah, I seen David join the chat.
Guys.
Good evening, mate. First of all, congratulations, man. What a race that was.
Oof, yeah.
Wow, just talk us through.
Good race. Good. Yeah, so made a mistake into turn one on the first lap, on the start. Managed to get away from the DRS train. From there, a little bit of race nerves. So MK, my team, was catching me, but we did a good job. We already agreed before the race to make sure that we stay in each other's direct DRS and didn't fight. Unfortunately, there was a bit of an incident at the back end of the track. But pit stop played well, so I'd already decided to stop early, and the undercut really worked for me. So I think I came out with 3 seconds, and yeah, from there just kind of making the other mistakes. So the guys were catching me. Good battle with Michael. I think unfortunately we kind of we got a bit tangled together in the last chicane. I don't think we touched. And from there, yeah, just really controlling it. Then I had a good distance. As I saw the guys behind me, I'd all had 3-second penalties. So when the safety car came out, I kind of thought, well, I might as well box. I've got 3 seconds on them, fresher tyres. So yeah, it was good race, nice clean race. So yeah, pleased with that, especially after Bahrain.
Yeah, congratulations, mate. It was a really good performance, a really solid race, as you said. During the safety car, you said you were just going for it because the guys had some penalties. Was there ever a thought to not pit and just stay on track?
I think if they wouldn't have had the penalties, I'd have probably stayed out to take track position. But I saw there was some kind of runners that were kind of 5th and 6th that had softs on, which I knew that they wouldn't last till the end. They were all in the same stint as far as medium tyres were concerned. So I thought, well, I'm going to come out behind them. I'm going to have the advantage. I've already got 3 seconds for the penalties, so I sort of thought, why not? It did work out in the end. I think the first lap after the safety car, I made some places up. And the last couple of laps, I wasn't really trying to overtake. I was just kind of sitting back and just letting them fight. So yeah, pleased with that.
Yeah, good race, mate. And congratulations on the win. First win of the season, and well, hopefully for you, many to come. Are you looking at the standings as well? Are you aiming for the driver's title, or do you think that's just too far thinking in front?
No, I think last season unfortunately I couldn't race for the last kind of 2 or 3 races, and I think I'd pretty much had third boxed off before I couldn't race. So I think I'm in with a shot. I can't see any reason why not. I've got Michael, obviously. Richard F1 is back now, he's fast. So yeah, obviously early days, but I think I'm in with a shot this year.
Well, thanks for that, mate. I wish you all the best, and congrats on the win for tonight, mate. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Going into our second podium finisher. Oh, Stephen, what a race, mate. Congratulations.
Wow, what a race.
I am not going to lie. I did not see you coming there at the end.
Well, with about 19 laps, I was thinking, should I just go for fastest lap and try and take a point from someone? But then the safety car came out and I thought, just go for it, and I did. And like McLaren last season, I delivered. Didn't get the win, but I was, brilliant. I'm absolutely speechless. Got lucky with a few penalties and stuff from other people, and a few crashes and stuff. But yeah, I'll take that all day long.
Definitely, you need to be there when it matters, and you did that absolutely, getting the second place. And you were close as well to David, only 1.5 seconds away from the victory. But you must be delighted with this podium, of course. It's the first podium for you for the season. I think I'm going to ask you the same as I asked to David. How do you look at the championship right now? It's still early days. It's only the second race, I know that, but it's a really strong performance today.
Yeah, I know it's an old cliche, but I'll just take it one race at a time. I know I'm not the quickest on the grid through qualifying. I think David's got better pace than me, as well as a few others, like my teammate Michael and Tynus when he doesn't spin round and stuff. Yeah, there's a few other guys who are quicker than me, but I'll just take what comes each race and then go from there, really.
Yeah, well, today you delivered, and your pace was absolutely magical. Started P7 onto P2. I didn't see any mistakes from your side, and you just got it bang on, mate. Congratulations. Enjoy this first podium, and I'm sure there will be many more this season.
Yep, thank you very much, and thanks for commentating, as always.
Our pleasure, mate. Our pleasure. On to the last podium position of Azurel. Are you there, mate? Congratulations.
Yeah, hi. Sure, thank you.
Damn, also, what a race for you. What was your thinking, mate? At the end, you got the time penalty. What happened?
Yeah,
What's going on through your mind?
I know, yeah. I keep making silly mistakes like that, but I saw first place go in for softs. I was like, I wasn't sure what to do. I was just like counting down the laps. But yeah, it paid off, so not too bad.
Yeah, it definitely paid off, and your pace was really good and consistent, and you were there for the whole race. And in qualifying, I think you maybe left a few tenths there, but in the race it looks really solid. And especially looking at the first race, you were there as well. You finished P5 in that race. Good points. Now you got P3.
Yeah.
Well, if you continue like this, next race around Sandford, you should get the win then.
Yeah, I just need to not torn the cut as much. I think that's what I need to try the most out. But yeah, you're all good.
Yeah, looking really good, mate. And tonight you were flying, and wow, I was feeling for you about the time penalty because you deserved a win. So did the others, of course, but it was just magical racing. And well, I'm just going to ask you the same thing as I asked the first two guys. Your season start has been really strong. What are your chances for the title this year? What do you think?
I think it's probably race by race. I think in Monza, I find it a bit difficult, especially to this last chicane sort of. If you go too hard on it, you just spin out. So I think that was what I was trying to relax on. But yeah, just race by race, really.
Yeah, that might be a really good strategy to go by. But race by race, next race in the Netherlands is Zandvoort. What do you think of the track?
Yeah, I struggle with that track as well. It's too narrow, lots of tight turns. Yeah, that would be a hard one, definitely.
Yeah, I do agree. Qualifying will be important. But anyway, enjoy your podium tonight, mate. And you drove a really good race. And enjoy it.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.
Cheers. Well, Adam, I think that was it for tonight. What a race we just witnessed. Any final thoughts from your side?
Well, you said it best there. What a race. And I think we've been very lucky. The start of the season has been exceptional in terms of commentating on. I never expected to get two races in a row where we're not sure who's going to be taking what position on the podium at the very end. It was absolutely superb. Some great battles and some really unlucky moments as well. I really do feel sorry for a few guys out there. They were probably thinking there's a huge opportunity to potentially win or get a second or third place this evening, and it unfortunately went away from them. But overall, great race. Monza usually does bring out a good race. You predicted a safety car. We got one of them as well, which really spiced it up. So, yeah, looking forward to what these guys can bring for us next week around Zandvoort, because Zandvoort is particularly tricky to overtake round, isn't it? So it'd be interesting to see how these guys negotiate that track.
Yeah, I do agree. The qualifying will be really important next week around Zandvoort. Although the Arie Luijendijk bocht has changed a little bit into the banking, which can give a little bit more of an overtake chance, but it is very narrow and hard to overtake. But let's see what it will bring us. For tonight, I think we just witnessed a really good race around Monza and the Invictus Racing League F3 League. It was brought to you by Nilcourt Hall, gridfinder.com and Driver61. Thanks everyone who was watching, and I hope you did enjoy as much as we do. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel to see plenty more action. And we hope to see you next week again, or at least tomorrow in the Realistic Performance League, where Ellen and myself will be driving too. So make sure to tune in to see us try to tackle Monza as well. Thanks everyone for watching, and have a good night.